Good morning and welcome to the Seminole County BCC meeting. Scheduled to start at 9:30 this morning on November 17, 2020, which will be our swearing-in ceremony of our newly elected county commission. I would remind everyone, if you'd be so kind, to silence your cell phones, any other electronic devices you may have, out of respect for those who are receiving their statements and sworn for our wonderful county and state today in our country. This is a very interesting and important part of democracy that's about to unfold today. And I'm glad to see so many people here, even in the middle of a pandemic. And so I would remind everyone, out of respect for everyone that is here, including our staff, that you please ensure that you wear a mask at all times. Try to social distance as much as you possibly can. I know this is an emotional time for those families of newly elected officials, those that have been reelected, and so we're going to take time and get pictures today as all that unfolds. So I'm glad to see everybody here. With that said, I'm going to ask Father David Vivero from All Souls Catholic Church to read us in the invocation, and Commissioner Lockhart, if you'd be kind enough to do the pledge, we'd appreciate it. Please stand.
Heavenly Father, we ask you to bless each one of us gathered here together as we continue to ask you for your blessing, especially to our newly elected commissioners, and for the success of our efforts in trying to reorganize the board here at the Seminole County. We ask you, Lord, to guide and enlighten them with your grace and the inspiration to faithfully execute their duties and to be a visible sign of your wisdom and authority you entrusted to serve. Beginning with the people who are here today to witness this ceremony, allow us to welcome the challenges that may arise in this transition of responsibilities and with the office and the people to whom we work with. Grant us the confidence you have endowed upon us, you who live and reign forever and ever. Amen.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Commissioner Lockhart. District 1 will be the first commissioner to be sworn in. This is Commissioner Bob Delary, which will be sworn in by Judge Donna McIntosh. Judge, please.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to ask my dad to come up.
By all means, Commissioner.
I'd also like to ask another little young lady. So I asked this young lady to join us today. We're going to take off our mask. You guys can take off your mask for a moment. My mother can't be with us because she left us 9 years ago. So I'm asking this young lady to hold up a picture for my mom. You mind holding that for us? Speak to my mom every day. Dad, would you mind holding the Bible? Good?
Yes, sir. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. I
I, Robert Delary,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, protect, and defend
to support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government
the Constitution and government
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Florida,
and the state of Florida,
that I am duly qualified
that I am duly qualified
to hold office
to hold office
under the Constitution of the state of Florida,
under the Constitution of the state of Florida,
and that I will
that I will
well and faithfully perform
well and faithfully perform
the duties of
the duties of
Seminole County Commissioner,
Commissioner,
upon which
upon which
I am now about
I am now about
to enter. So help me God.
to enter.
Congratulations.
McIntosh and I, put the microphone. Just one more time. Judge McIntosh and I, we go back a little ways. Judge McIntosh actually was the first person to swear me in when I was a city commissioner. When I was a city commissioner, to say that I was nervous was more than an understatement. Didn't really understand all the different things about local government with Oviedo, as one would imagine, having very little experience. And when I got off the dais, the judge basically told me, you did a phenomenal job. And I said, but Judge, I didn't say 2 words. I said, well, you did a phenomenal job. And since that moment, I would always ask the judge for her advice, especially back then, of what the rules and regulations was for local government, so I cannot ever thank you enough.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. He was a quick study, as you well know.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I just want to say thank you to all the people that truly helped me in this journey, and it truly is a journey. I will tell you, the campaign trail, to say it's humbling is an understatement, especially in these hard times, a pandemic, COVID-19. All the people that helped me get here today, it's all you folks. I could not have done this without you all. So many people kept on telling me, you have nothing to worry about. And yes, I did. And a lot of hard work from so many different volunteers. I want to thank John Dallas in the back there. John, raise your hand real quick. Thank you for your help. I didn't see JJ here yet, but I know JJ was a part of it, as well as Doug Kaplan. You guys were just phenomenal in my corner. And all your advice and all the things that you did, couldn't do without you guys. All the different churches. I know Father John Blewett here is here. I see Pastor Lynch. There you go, Pastor. As well as Pastor Nixon, Pastor Jones. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Pastor Mercer. Can't thank you enough. 3 other people here today. When I started, Diane Merck. She was my first aide.
He was 14 years old.
I remember when I first got sworn in as a county commissioner, both my mom and dad went upstairs, saw the office. I remember my mother telling me, they're giving you an office? And I said, yeah, it's my office. And my dad's like, your name's on the wall. And they were just blown away with that. And then they sat down with Diane, and when they did, they asked me to go get a cup of coffee, and they literally threw him out of my own office. And Diane, your words of wisdom and your help those early years really helped me to not just do my job, but to serve the citizens here in Seminole County. And then when you retired, I was able to get Fran McDonald. And Fran, you're sitting right there next to Angela. And your tenacity and your judgment was second to none. And to say you're a little firecracker is a small understatement. And I love you to death. And I still hear from you, and thank you for your help. And then I have now, where's Kendra? Kendra's in it. Oh, over there. And thank you for the last 5 years that you've had with me. And looking forward to the next 4, which you've been doing for our office and the citizens. That's what it boils down to, serving the citizens. You've been a godsend, so thank you. So appreciate all the things that you do. I will tell you, there's so many other organizations. I see Deborah Bauer. And Deborah, I think about your mom all the time, Diane. And in fact, by accident, I actually called Diane. And I had to stop myself because she's no longer with us. And I called Deborah up to tell her about it. And Deborah said, I do it all the time. But if you would call the number, it probably would have got to her, to you. And looking forward to continue working with you and all the folks at Deer Run. What Deer Run did for us, or for my campaign, I can't thank you enough for that. There's a lot of great people. I mean, Stephanie Best, Stephanie Ryan, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So many friends that I cannot thank you enough for helping me get here today. But the campaign trail, I will tell you that a couple things that I heard. One is, I'm hoping and I pray to God that we can get back to some form of civility. I don't care what party you're affiliated with, RD, independent, the civility we have to get back to. You know, we can have disagreements, We have disagreements all the time on a dais, but to get angry and to see the things that you see out there today, we need to hopefully get back to that point where we were a couple years ago. I understand that the pandemic and COVID-19 had something to do with it, and the frustration that people have, but I know we can get there. I want to thank all the county staff for what they've been doing through the pandemic. I see the fire chief here, as well as Dr. Husty and Alan Harris, your leadership, as well as the county manager and county attorney. Thank you very much for all the things that you do. I also asked Harry Barley to be here. I know Harry's in the back there. Harry was the executive director for Metroplan Orlando for many years, retired 3 years ago or 2 years ago? 2 years ago. Harry taught me just about everything when it comes to transportation. And I remember many times that Harry and I would travel to different parts of the country to interview people. And I remember going to Atlanta, and I had a boot on my foot. And Harry wanted to take a cab, and I believe we walked all over Atlanta with that boot, and thank God it didn't get worse, but thank you for your friendship as well. But there's a lot of things that I've heard through this campaign, and the bottom line is people just want to have a voice, people want to be heard, and people want to make sure that we can get back to some sort of, like I said, civility. So over these next 4 years, I'm hoping that we can get there. I'm hoping that our county is a phenomenal county, and we have a lot to be proud of. And I know that with your all's help and Board of County Commissioners going forward, I'm glad that Andrea Herr's here. Her leadership and her friendship, I think, would be a huge asset to this community, and I'm looking forward to getting to know her. So I can't say enough, but thank you. And the trust that you've given me for this office, I hope I can live up to your expectations. Thank you.
All right, next we're going to have District 3, Commissioner Lee Constantine. Congratulations, sir. And to swear Commissioner Constantine is also going to be Judge Donna McIntosh. Unfortunately, Judge Galuso was supposed to be here to swear in Commissioner Constantine, but he's a little under the weather today. So thank you, Judge, for standing in for Judge Galuso.
My pleasure and privilege.
If I could, I left my mother and stepmother, unless Charlie wants to take pictures. I left my mother and stepmother. And Sarah, where are you? Sarah's been with me for 16 years. I'd like her to come up. And Beatrice, come on. Beatrice has been with me for 12 years.
Get my mask.
My mother was so excited today, she forgot the family Bible.
It's good for everybody, the Bible.
Commissioner Delory has led me far. I, Lee Constantine,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, protect, and defend
that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government
the Constitution and government
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Florida,
and the state of Florida,
that I am duly qualified
that I am duly qualified
to hold office
to hold office
under the Constitution of the state of Florida,
under the Constitution of the state of Florida,
and that I will
and that I will
well and faithfully perform
well and faithfully perform
the duties of
the duties of
Seminole County Commissioner,
Seminole County Commissioner,
upon which
upon which
I am now about to enter.
I am now about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Commissioner Herr, I'm looking forward to working with you. I want you to know that this is the 20th time I believe I took this, and it every single time, it means something special. So I want you to enjoy that this year. You know, folks, I've been very blessed in my life. I've had a family, a mother, who was always there for me. And, you know, I each time I do this, and Judge, thank you very much. I know you were pinch hitting today, so thank you very much. And let's all hope that Judge Galuza feels better. He's homesick. But each time this happens, I reflect on the people that have gotten me here and believed in me enough to allow me to have this position. And it's a position of privilege. It's a position of honor that they would bestow on you. I brought Beatrice and Sarah up here because combined they've been with me in one form or another in my offices, both the state legislative office, this office, my charity office, my business office, for 28 years combined. And that means a lot to me, and they're like family. And I look around and I see so many others of you that are family, that have been with me for a long, long time. Many of you don't know this, but Father Blewett tried to teach me freshman Latin at Bishop Moore. I say tried because he failed miserably. But, you know, it was also difficult. He had just come over from Ireland. I couldn't understand his English, so how was I going to learn it? How was I going to learn Latin from him? But I look around and I can look in every quadrant of this and see so many people that have been so very special to me. You know, the sheriff and Nicole, our county manager, both walked door to door for me when I first ran for state legislator in 1992. I have a gentleman back there, Mark Donaldson, who, where are you, Mark? Mark Donaldson. The only person that gave me money in my first campaign for city commissioner was my mother. The only person that walked door to door with me and my mother was Mark Donaldson. And he was in the student senate at UCF when I was student body president. And he came over and helped me from Melbourne. And each and every one of you has a backstory with me that I know, that you share, and that I could go through this whole room with someone or another that has done something to help me. Bob mentioned J.J. Winston. J.J., stand up. J.J. also helped in the campaign a great deal, both Bob and I's. First he was working with me, and then Bob, just like John was first working with Bob, and then he worked with me. You know, JJ and I built a very strong relationship. He was an intern of mine back in 2000, I believe. Is that correct, JJ? 2001, when he was a student at UCF. And now he is he works in political campaigns all over the state of Florida. You know, you never know what's going to happen in the future. But I can tell you this. I have been very honored to serve this community. And I have served it now for 40 years in one capacity or another. And I feel just as privileged and just as excited as I did that very, very first day when I walked into Altamont Springs City Hall and took the oath of office as a city commissioner on my 25th or 6th birthday. I can't remember now. And I look forward to working with these ladies and gentlemen back here because I think that each and every one of them believes very strongly in this community and giving the people of Seminole County the very, very best that they can give. And I think that that's the same with this staff. And we've had a difficult year, and I want you to know that, our chairman, Jay Zimbauer, had a very, very difficult time in the COVID year, and we all have. And we're going to continue to have that concern. But I know that the 5 commissioners, in their own way, are going to do the very best to serve this community. And I pledge to you that each and every day I wake up and I think of what I can do to better our community, to make it the very best in the state. And I will continue to do that. And I'll do that with all of my heart, and all of my emotion, and all of my experience. And just let you know that every day I want to thank those of you out there. Didn't name you all, but every one of you in this room, I think I can point to with something. Just to thank you for allowing me to have a very, very blessed life and help, just be a part of helping what I think to be the best place to live in the entire world, Seminole County, Florida. Thank you very much.
And Judge McIntosh, I'm told you may have to get back to the court? Is that?
Yeah, but I am going to stay to watch this next.
Great, okay. I just want to make sure we were respectful of your time,
I
and
will, yes, sir.
thank you
for
again.
everything you have for us.
Thank you very much. All right, next up we have Andrea Herr, who is now Commissioner Andrea Herr, and here to swear her in is her husband, Judge Mark Herr.
Madam Commissioner, how are you?
I think we're going to call up my 2 boys who were instrumental in getting us here, Jonathan and Dennis. So the camera's over there. You guys can take your masks off. Once a mom, always a mom. And I do just want to point out that while Judge Herr is swearing me in, he did try to get Donna McIntosh to swear me in yesterday. She ratted him out because he wanted to go, he didn't want to miss work.
Court calls.
So,
Ready?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Donna had hers memorized.
She's good. I, in your name,
I, Andrea Herr,
do solemnly swear that I will
do solemnly swear that I will
support, protect, and defend
support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and the government
the Constitution and the government
of the United States and of the state of Florida,
of the United States and the state of Florida,
and that I am duly qualified to hold office
and that I am duly qualified to hold office
under the Constitution of the state,
under the Constitution of the state,
and that I will well and faithfully perform
and that I will well and faithfully perform
the duties of Seminole County Commissioner,
the duties of Seminole County Commissioner,
on which I am now about to enter.
on which I am now about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Madam Commissioner.
Thank you, guys. You can have a seat. So, truth be told, I've known my judge since 1981 when we met at a fraternity party. And we have a really bad habit of giggling at the worst times. We're not great company at funerals. And so this was a little bit more challenging for the 2 of us than one might know, except our dearest friends. I do want to take a minute, just a minute, I promise, to thank everyone who helped us get here, but especially to thank my immediate family and extended family, and they all know who they are here today. It was certainly an honor It is certainly a test of the fortitude of a family to say that you want to go through really what was closer to 18 months, but 14 months of an aggressive campaign trail where we did get our eyes open to what the electorate thinks of the universe. And it's not as healthy as one might think. And so it's incumbent upon the five of us to change that perspective. I'll expand that to the five of us and our constitutional officers to change that perspective at least a little bit. And I expect that we can change that perspective quite a bit. So a stretch goal for all of us. And I think that will happen by virtue of maybe laughing a little more together, which I don't know if you noticed this, but we like to laugh a lot. And I'm going to bring that to the county commission. There's nothing better than laughing together, maybe eating together, because you got to go with those Italian roots. And we need to do a little bit more of that, and we need to bring our citizens into that fold of care and concern for this county. And I do promise to do that. I'll throw a shout out to a few folks. First and foremost to everybody that has been serving this tour of duty in the EOC for a very long duration of time. God bless you for what you're doing every day. I don't know when it's going to end, but happier days will come, and you'll be able to look back at this with perhaps a little bit of laughter and the lack of memory, just like having a baby, that you forget about that long pregnancy to get there, but you remember the outcome that was a really great thing. So for those of you that are serving in the EOC, God bless you and thank you. For everybody here on the county team, I really am blessed to be part of the team, and I consider myself part of the team. So it's Andrea. You guys are driving me crazy with the commissioner stuff already. It's Andrea, and I am here to serve you. That's how this is going to work. To everyone else who helped, and you all know who you are, there are too many to thank. God bless you as well. To Jonathan and Dennis, couldn't ask for better kids. They're who got me here, and Mark didn't get in the way either. But he couldn't help, but he didn't get in the way. He's now learned how to cook a little bit and do a little bit of laundry, so it took me 34 years to get there in a campaign. Woohoo! And he will never do it again, I can assure you. He separates the laundry by tops in one load and bottoms in another. I'm telling you, it's not good. So I got to go back to work at home as well. God bless all of you, and let's laugh a little together.
Oh my, I can't wait to hear the discussion of separation of powers in that household.
What
All right,
separation?
Yeah, that's right. We are going to move into our board reorganization. Before we do that, I would like to thank my fellow commissioners. This has been a very, very historic and interesting chairmanship on behalf of Seminole County this year. I appreciate the confidence that each of you instilled in me to take the helm, not knowing that COVID pandemic was going to break out. I want to thank the community who have been so supportive and understanding during this unfortunate event. Many of this pandemic has been politicized. I have purposely done my part to try to not make it a political issue. I thank my fellow commissioners for doing the same. I want to thank our first responders, our sheriff's office, our emergency management people. These people have been on guard serving this community, I think now 281 or 82 days, give or take. These are the people that get up every morning and make sure that all the testing is being done. They make sure they're monitoring all the things that we need to be concerned and advising us here in the community. And I just cannot thank the community enough for the support that you've shown the government when the government has had to make some very tough decisions. Whether we personally agree or not agree upon those, we have the duty to look out for the best for this community. So I thank you all for that very much. I also want to thank Commissioner Carey, District 5 Commissioner. It was a privilege to serve with you, ma'am. Thank you very much. So with that, I will ask the county attorney to come take the historic gavel from the senator tree.
Commissioners will now entertain nominations for the position of county chairman.
Mr. Applegate, I'd like to nominate Commissioner Constantine for chairman.
Commissioner Delary has nominated Commissioner Constantine. Any other nominations? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor of Commissioner Constantine assuming the role of county chairman, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign? No? Unanimous. Congratulations, Commissioner Constantine.
I'll open the nominations for vice chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate Commissioner Zimbauer as vice chair.
Commissioner Delary has nominated Commissioner Zimbauer. Is there any other nominations?
I will respectfully decline that, and I will nominate Commissioner Lockhart for vice chair.
Commissioner Zimbauer has declined the nomination. Commissioner, and he has nominated Commissioner Lockhart. Commissioner Lockhart, do you accept the nomination? Before I go on, any other nominations?
I do, thank you.
Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, all in favor of Commissioner Lockhart being vice chairman, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, it passes unanimously. Commissioner Lockhart, the vice chairman. Since we have no script today, ladies and gentlemen, I will just wing it. Sometimes I do, but I will ask Commissioner Lockhart if you have anything to say as being just elected as vice chair.
I do not, but I will make the motion to authorize you, Chairman Constantine, to sign all documents, including bank cards and statements on behalf of Seminole County and in, was that the second one? That's not the one. I'm going to authorize you, make a motion to authorize you. There's two sides of the page.
See, I told you we didn't have a script today. Be careful.
Yeah, got to read off the right one. And in the chairman's absence, that I would be able to sign documents as well.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you very much, Madam Vice Chair. Is there any commissioners that have anything for the good of the order?
I would just like to take a moment and welcome Commissioner Hurd to District 5. I look forward to serving with you. I look forward to serving with the re-elected commissioners. Commissioner Lockhart and I have been here now 2 years, and it's been a learning experience. We all have learned from each other. We've learned from the outgoing Commissioner Carey, as well as the staff, and I'm very proud of the staff here at Seminole County. The professionalism and the things that they do to help us, our aides, who are really the lifeline between us and the community, who work tirelessly, taking calls at all hours of the day. I know all of us share our cell phones with the community, that the community can reach us at any given time. It's just a blessed place to live in Seminole County. As chairman, talking to the other regional leaders, I will tell you that this community is in a much better place than many of these other communities. Our unemployment rate is the lowest in the region. Our tax rate, the lowest in the region. We tend to be a little more even-handed when government functions. And I think that's an attribute to those commissioners that came before us, as well as those that are sitting on this dais now, and hopefully that will continue as newly elected Commissioner Herr indicated, we should be doing our jobs, but also should try to enjoy those jobs, respect and listen to the people, and do what's right for this community, and I trust we will continue to do so. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I will ask, on your behalf, we made some administrative changes at our last BCC meeting, and I'm just wondering who, in the absence of a lead aide in this position now, who is taking on those responsibilities?
County Manager?
All of the responsibilities of the lead aide, with the exception of the distribution of submissions, will be handled by the county manager's office. And we sent, Melanie prepared a list that I believe she sent to the offices yesterday, if not today, outlining what is shifting where. So everybody has that, and she'll also be meeting with all of the commission aides on Friday, just to make sure everybody is on the same page.
Okay.
Thank you, County Manager, and I think that that makes a lot of sense to have the coordination all being done in a centralized location instead of being switched from time to time. And Commissioner Zimbauer, thank you for those sentiments because I share them a great deal. You actually, I think you took my speech a little bit, but no, not really. Commissioner Delory and Commissioner Herr in their during the swearing in indicated the fact that this has been a tough election, and it has been. This county is changing, and it's at a crossroads. And this county is changing because, for the first time in a long time, it is, there are pretty much even amount of registration between Republicans and Democrats, and a large percentage of MPAs. And so this board, as I believe it always has, is here to serve all of the people. We may still all five be Republicans, but we are here to serve all of the people. And Commissioner Herr and Commissioner Delory and I'm sure the others through the campaign, Commissioner Zimbauer and Commissioner Lockhart, heard that also, that the people want us to work together, and that the people want us to work first and foremost for the betterment of Seminole County and the citizens that we serve. And I think that we are well positioned for that. I think that the Commissioner Zimbauer took the very, very difficult position of having to work through this pandemic, made some very difficult choices that I think were the right choices, and have put us in a better position than most people around, if not all people around in this region. But I think that this commission is one full of talent and one that cares a great deal about the citizens of Seminole County. I'm going to work to build consensus and cooperation among this board, as I have all the years that I've been in office. Consensus is something that is extremely important to move forward. And I want all of us to be mindful that first and foremost, we are a board of directors, and that our staff is well positioned to do their job for the citizens, and want, more than anything, to do the very best job that they can for the people of Seminole County. I'm just going to leave you with one thing that I read almost every morning when I wake up about my office and about the position and the people that I serve. The most effective public official is one who, while finding a passage through the maze of economic and governmental considerations, never forgets that compassion for the people come first. Compassion for the people comes first. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a very talented and just bright and truly concerned county commission. And I know that each and every one of us are going to do our very best over the next year to do your bidding. And thank you for being here, because each and every one of you have done something in your own way to help each and every one of us be better commissioners. Thank you, and if there's no other comments, meeting adjourned.